go through it. The first page of your exam next week is all brain damage questions. So there's two ways I've asked them. On some of them, I've given you a symptom and want you to tell me which part got damaged. You know, Jonathan can't move his left leg. Some of them are the reverse. I've told you the body, the brain part. You removed Jonathan's parietal lobe. And I want to tell you what would happen if there's a stroke or damage there. So you got to go from symptom to part and part back to symptom. Right, for a whole bunch of different things. Okay? There's a specific question on the language parts. That's the Broca's and Wernicke's, the making words, understanding words. How would it be different if you broke one or the other? Right? So the motor speech versus the understanding. There's a question on the cerebral arteries, because thou should know that thou shalt. Which artery goes where? What would happen if I plugged the middle one? Or the back one? Okay. There are 5 questions on the cranial nerves. Thou shalt know, thou shalt. So name, number, type, and function. So in some of the questions, that's just it. I just ask you for that information. Okay. I've given you one where there's a symptom of a patient. You then have to figure out which cranial nerve that would be. And another one is the reverse. If I damage this nerve, what symptom would I see in a patient? So you have some basic information and some symptoms. There's one question on the RAS, the reticular activating system. There's one question on the basal ganglia, basal nuclei. What do they do? And there's a question on the limbic system, the parts of that and what that's for. Four questions on the CSF flow that thou shalt know. So be able to walk me through the pathway of CSF in the brain. And what would happen if I plugged this up? What would happen if that was different? Make sense? Okay. 7 questions. Well, 6. I'll take that one's not really one. 6 questions on the autonomic nervous system. Your quiz today. Thou shalt know the difference between them and all the categories thereof. All right. All right. So then I have 3 questions on vision. So one of them is just literally how you see. Can you walk me through the steps to making an image? Right? One of them is on the rod versus cone stuff. You're supposed to know. And then the other one is, I want to make you blind. How are the ways I could do that? Or something like that. So how do you see normally? How can I mess that up? And what's the difference between rods and cones? The same 3 questions basically for the ear. How do you hear normally? And then how can I screw that up in different ways? So how can you make someone deaf? Like clinical application. And 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 questions on balance, the same kind of questions. How do you detect balance? What are ways I could manipulate that in somebody? And that's what I got for you next week.